Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus read for Friday the 15th of March. Nice little reading in the What's Cracking reading around love today, which is very nice for all of you waiting for new love to come in. And we'll see what this reading brings for you. I'm using the After Tarot here. I actually missed the After. Oh, okay. See, the Temperance card came out in the What's Cracking reading, so there's a definite real push for this on divine timing at the moment. I do love that she's come up with the Magician, because this is about you creating your own future here by just doing what you need to be doing. I really like that, so we'll shuffle them back in and see if they want to come back out in the reading. I just saw the Star too, so there's definitely some divine timing going on for some people here. Okay, alright, we have the Hierophant coming out, the High Priest, as he is known in some decks. He's the card of tradition. He's the card of traditional religion, traditional ways of doing things. He can talk about like large structures, large organisations, governments. He's also about traditional marriage or having a traditional relationship, something that's stable. So behind him we do have the Eight of Cups. So some of you have walked away from something that is not stable. You're looking for stability here, and that's what you're making your way towards in the background here. You see this person's walking away, the little red cape on. They're moving towards this here. So you're moving away from something that hasn't provided you with stability and has made you feel quite sort of empty. You may have felt quite left in the cold. So somebody's been giving you a bit of a tough time here. There may have been conflict about whether you moved away from this or not. You may have made this decision based on this, but it could have been that you have some mental conflict. This was meant to happen though. This is quite sort of a karmic event. So the universe has put you in a position now to move away from something in order to move towards something that's more suited to you, which is really good. Okay, so there you go. Magician came straight out. So the Temperance card's probably going to sit right behind this one. So they were determined to come out for this reading. The Magician talks about having all the tools you need. So in this card, we see him with all the elements here, the swords, the pentacles, the cups, and he has the wand in his hand, obviously, because he's a magician. So what this is implying is that at the moment you are able to manifest what you want. You just have to be clear in telling the universe what it is you want here. No, it didn't. Queen of Wands coming out here. So this represents the fire sign. So we're talking Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries here. This person is, although she comes up as a female, she's very attractive, very charismatic. She's got a wand in her hand, so she's ready to lead here. She does have a sunflower, which means that she is ready for new growth, and she does have a cat, so her intuition's on point. You could be dealing with someone who's a fire sign here, or this could be your energy here. Okay, most likely your energy if you're coming up as the Nine of Pentacles. So feeling very, very much in your own power, standing in your own power, feeling comfortable with who you are and where you are in life. Very, very nice energy with that Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Cups coming in here. So the Seven of Cups is a card that sort of talks of, it can be about confusion, delusion, or illusion. It can talk about having lots of choices and being confused by that, or sometimes sort of tricked into believing that something is very different to what you think it is. So that's why it comes up as illusion or delusion. Sometimes you think things are a certain way, and I do know he has a snake around his waist here. Sometimes you think that things are a certain way, but that's only the way they're looking to you. They may not be that way. Sometimes when I say things, I think, oh, okay, now I need to have a look at things too. They take me by surprise. Five of Swords here. Now, the Five of Swords is the card of having the empty win. It can be the card of someone being extremely selfish or self-centered, not considering others. But it can also be that you've won something, but what have you stood to gain from this? Have you gained something? Because if you've walked away from something in the beginning here, is it that you've walked away from someone who was selfish, or have you walked away from something because you're not gaining what you wanted from this situation? And there she is. So we have the Temperance. So this is about balance. Now, this is the traditional card here. It's one step forward from the other one. She's not pouring cup to cup here. She's pouring water into the water. But she has one foot on the ground and one foot in the water. She's very, very well balanced. And I love that she's at peace because she's got the dove with her. So there's a definite feeling of calm here. It's like you're really in a good place from doing what you were doing here. Very nice. Okay, now we have the Emperor coming out here. So for some of you, you're dealing with an Aries. We know that we have a fire sign here, so it's more than likely an Aries. But it can also be that this person is a father figure, someone you go to for advice, someone you respect to give you, a good truth. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be a male. Sometimes it's nice to go to someone and have a talk with them. So it could be you're seeking counsel here, or a counsellor. Could be seeking someone who can give you some good insight. Five of Wands here, because it looks like you're being in your head a little bit about this situation. You could be arguing here with the other person too, and that's why you've chosen to move away. For some of you, this could talk about you both moving towards something like counselling to find the balance in your relationship, because you don't want to have this single energy, but maybe you want to make this work. Maybe you see potential in this relationship. So for some of you, this confusion here can mean that you're seeking someone out to talk it through with. Nine of Wands here. So the Nine of Wands is the wounded card of the wounded warrior. This often means you've been through things more than once. Sometimes it's because you haven't put good boundaries in place. Somebody hasn't respected your boundaries. You haven't been clear about your expectations in a relationship. Somebody may have been treating you a certain way and you may have been putting up with it without actually standing there and saying, you know what, you can't treat me like that. And you're walking away from it. There's a lot of Wands energy in this card, so I really feel a lot of you are dealing with someone who's either a fire sign or is quite fiery here. And what do we have here? We have the decision on whether to stay or go. So I feel like with the Eight of Cups in the beginning, this is like moving away from someone. I don't think you want to walk away. I think it's something you have chosen to do because you feel that there is no other option here. I do think you're seeking someone's input, advice. You're talking to maybe a father, mother figure, someone who can give you some insight into this relationship. But I feel like you're really confused by it. I think the other person is coming up as being, they may be coming up as being somewhat cold here. You feel very sort of locked out of this relationship and very defensive. There is something karmic going on because you've got the King of Cups behind all this. So you're being moved away from something in order to be moved towards something else. Now, that is only for some of you, though. For others of you, you want to resolve what's happening here. So some of you are moving away from a fire sign to move towards a water sign. For others of you here, you're trying to resolve or make good with someone who's a fire sign. So maybe you've been in a relationship with them for a while. You see it has great potential. You really love this person, but maybe they're not reciprocating. You're not sure whether to move ahead with it. You're trying to work out which way to go. And I feel like you're going to seek advice here. Now, this could be like going to couples counselling too. Or going to someone who can help both of you work through some sort of issue here. But I feel like this person is quite cold. I feel like you're putting in the energy and not getting anything back here. You do have this Two of Pentacles at the front here. So that talks about trying to balance out this relationship, trying to understand whether you know, you stay walking away or whether you give it another chance. Because in the Eight of Cups, you're walking away from emotional fulfillment, but you're not necessarily staying away. And I feel like this Emperor person is somebody you really do want to be with, but you are facing the idea of being single here. Okay, so we got the Seven of Wands and the Justice card back out again. They just dropped back out, and these were the ones we had at the beginning of the reading. So this is about being defensive, having to stick up for yourself all the time, feeling like your relationship is a constant battle here. The Justice card could mean that you're trying to seek some sort of balance here so that this isn't occurring anymore, so there's some sort of peaceful resolution. But it can also mean that this is the end of a situation because it's not something you are meant to stay in. So some of you could be dealing with some sort of karmic relationship here. I do see a lot of red in the Justice card, and it does make me feel that perhaps there are red flags here, but you've been ignoring them, and now this relationship has hit the wall. So either way, you're walking away to decide what to do with this, whether you still keep going or whether you let it go. Big decision here for you folks, trying to find this balance of what you want in your relationship and what you're currently receiving. Okay, so we do have the card of luck coming out, and it says you are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. So regardless of which way this goes, it will go in your favour. Whether you walk away and don't go back and stay single, or whether you go back and try, either way, this could work for you because it's saying that the opportunities are there. So there you go, folks. There's your bonus read. Thank you.